Following last week's 2-2 draw with Burnley, Birmingham City boss Gary Rowett was pleased with the way his side performed at Turf Moor.
I thought first half we were really good. Quite a few plaudits from people the way we played, not just our shape and not just our strength defensively, but the way we passed the ball as well, and a little bit of our movement in forward areas was very good. So I was really pleased about that. You know that against any side that's come down from the Premier League and any side that's got such a strong work ethic as Burnley have, you know they're going to come at you second half. You know you're going to come under pressure, but we were very close to winning the game and getting all 3 points. So I was pleased with it. It's only one afternoon, as we know, but it's another step, in the right direction for us. Again, I don't want to keep banging on about last season because last season's gone. But if you look at our form, since we've been here, it's been pretty consistent. So I think that for us to be surprised to play well against a good side in this division, isn't really a surprise anymore. What it does is it just keeps showing us that we've got good players, and I've got massive belief in those players. I keep telling the players that we can match any team in the division, both on the ball and off the ball. But we've still got to keep working to be a very, very good team. We know this division's difficult, and it's very, very easy to go and lose 3 or 4 games on the spin, and all of a sudden people are saying different things about you. So we keep working, we keep trying to improve, but I'm pleased with how things are coming along. There's been a bit of a rebuild again in the summer, and sometimes that has an effect adversely. But at the moment, we still look a pretty together unit. I think we show them. We always follow the same process. We'll play Burnley on the Saturday, we'll be off on the Sunday. Monday we come in, we look at the things we've done well in the game, we look at the things we need to work on. I think that process of constantly showing the players, look, this is what we're capable of, this is what we've done, here's another example for you. Look at this movement against Burnley. Look at this, we need to do better. And I'm sure that's a process every team takes. But one for me, I find it works better for us to just keep showing them the positives of what they're doing, and keep trying to give them that belief, because we've got players that can handle the ball. We've got players that can cover ground physically. We've got players who can beat players 1v1. We might not have the household names, like you say. We might not have millions to spend, but we've got a really good group, and they're together and they'll fight for each other, which as we know goes a long way in this division.
Friday night sees Derby County come to St Andrews, who are hoping to pick up their first win under new head coach Paul Clement.
I've followed obviously Paul's career in terms of where he's been at. Absolute stellar list of clubs that he's worked at as an assistant manager. Listen, as we know, the job's completely different as a manager, but I'm sure from those experiences he'll have seen most things. And again, they're a good side. They've spent a lot of money in the summer. They've got some fantastic players. I think that with those individuals alone, you'll win games of football. I know it might not guarantee you win every game of football, but and they've had a probably not so good start as they would have liked, I'm sure, but you know that the next game is an opportunity for them to get the result that kick-starts the season, and we've got to obviously make sure we don't allow them to get that, but we know they're a good side, we know what they do. I went to watch them Tuesday against Middlesbrough. We'll be pretty well versed. I've seen a lot of Derby, I've been living in the area, but it's about us and it's about what we do. We're at home, I don't know how much they'll have spent this summer. I know it's not about that, but they're having a go to get promoted. They were close last year, so fair play to them. They've got the backing of a local guy in Mel Morris, who I'm sure can invest a little bit of money in that team. And it would be nice to have that, but that doesn't buy you success, So they're going to work for everything they need to get. Certainly against us, they're going to have to work for every inch of space and every opportunity to get into our half. So we just got to do what we're doing and not worry too much about everyone else. I mean, it's every week we're going to say that. We're going to say every other club's got a little bit more than us potentially, but we've got to be the best team, and I've said that to our players. We've got to be a team, and that's got to be our strength this season. But certainly Derby have got some really good individual players.